She just embodies positivity and love, and she puts that into her music. Miko, Zilla. Miko, Zilla. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miko Zilla. If you couldn't tell from my intro song, Miko Zilla, official intro by Miko Zilla, written, performed, and produced by Miko Zilla. How are we liking the new intro, by the way? I keep forgetting to ask in the video, so now that I remembered, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the new intro. I'm here today in my anime garden, pretending that it's not winter and that I'm not watching the downfall of society through the lens of Twitter doom scrolling. Anyway, so I thought we'd have a little bit of a relaxing type video and talk about one of my favorite things, tax finance. Just kidding. Of course we're talking about music. You saw the title, you clicked on it. This is the first ever episode of Sounds That I Like More Than Other Sounds. I have compiled a list of my favorite albums that have come out in 2020. I took my top 10 favorites of the year and put them in a list according to release date. So I will be talking about these in order of the release date instead of, you know, favoritism. I couldn't really choose. I really love all these albums for different reasons, and you'll kind of see that it's like really kind of eclectic choices, I guess. I'm not trying to be an annoying hipster. I'm not telling you what to listen to. Everybody's music taste is different and valid, and even these albums that I love, this list is arbitrary. So that is your disclaimer statement. And if your favorite album didn't make the list, I'm really sorry, but please let me know in the comments what your favorite music of 2020 has been. Doesn't necessarily have to be an album, it could be a single, a music video, a TikTok sound for all I care. Let me know what you've been enjoying in 2020. 2020 has been such a cursed year, but I really do feel that art is kind of in a renaissance, and these are the albums that have kept me going throughout this horrible time, and I think this is really just the first wave of quarantine art. I think we're gonna see a huge boom in art and music, and the only thing that's really suffering, unfortunately, is live music. I did manage to see Transviolet, and I managed to see Dopapod this year, and I was supposed to be, my next big concert was gonna be Billie Eilish in March, and that's right when everything hit the fan, so I unfortunately didn't get to go see her. That being said, live stream concerts I think are the future. We're gonna be seeing more of that. I was able to see Transviolet again on live stream, and I was able to see Billie Eilish via her live stream concert, which was absolutely amazing. I love being able to see a concert in my living room and not have to, you know, wait in line for drinks or food, be around all these boozy people that are gonna spill beer on me, only as loud as I want it to be. Am I getting old? Whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna go right into my top 10 albums of this horribly cursed year, 2020. These are my favorite sounds, and I like them better than other sounds, even though the other sounds sound nice. I'm losing my mind. I'm really losing my mind. I'm sorry. We're here, I have my list on my phone, don't mind me. So, the very first album we're going to be talking about on this list is one that came out right at the beginning of the year on January 16th, which of course is Born to Rule by Transviolet. I've already mentioned them twice, I think, in this video, but yes, Transviolet is one of my favorite bands. I think they're super duper overrated. This album came out, you know, before the pandemic really hit the States, so it was a part of the year that I was still, like, really optimistic and happy, and it's nice to reflect on those memories with this album and, you know, making memories with these songs all year, really. Born to Rule, Money Money, Don't Say You Love Me, all bops. My favorite on the album has gotta be Sunshine, though. I listen to that song. I never will skip that song when it comes on my playlist. I sing along to it. It makes me so incredibly happy. Transviolet's just amazing. Also, the song Rituals from this album is the very first song that was on me and Dana's wedding playlist. So it's just a cute little fun fact. I did manage to see Transviolet both in person and via live stream this year, and they're just amazing. I've met Sarah twice now. Both times I went to see them live. She's the most down-to-earth, kind person. She's incredibly talented. I love her writing, and her voice is beautiful, and I love her writings on politics and feminism. She's just generally a really, really cool person. Also, the 3 guys in the band are all from Rochester, which is where I'm from, where I currently live. So just like a fun little hometown connection to them, I feel. And they deserve more recognition, so it's pretty proper, if you ask me, that they're first on this list. Alright, moving right along. Imagine this. 365 days in 2020, and 2 of my favorite albums of the year both came out on the same day, which happened to be a week prior to my birthday, February 21st. The first one I'm going to be talking about is Miss Anthropocene, which is the album by Grimes. If you've been around for a while, you probably know I'm a big Grimes fan. I did a cover off of this album of the song Delete Forever, which is still my most viewed cover of all time on my channel out of all. I think I've done like 57 covers at this point. My favorite song on this album is My Name is Dark, and I really like, you know, We Appreciate Power and So Heavy I Fell Through the Earth. The whole album just has a much darker aesthetic for her, and I thought it was really cerebral and beautiful and everything you'd expect from a Grimes album. So of course I loved it, but I really wish Grimes wouldn't be in that super cringy relationship with Elon, because it just... Okay, I was watching a live stream of Ashnikko and Grimes when Cry came out. Watch my music video for my cover of Cry. I was totally vibing, like they have such a cute little friendship, and then Elon walked in and it made the whole thing super awkward, and I had to leave the chat. Miko is exiting the chat, ladies. Anyway, love Grimes. The other album I'm going to be talking about that came out on February 21st, the same day as Miss Anthropocene, is the album Cape God by Canadian indie pop star Allie X, who I absolutely love. She is so phenomenal. I've been listening to her music for a few years now, and Cape God was just so phenomenal. It exceeded all my expectations. I really love The Regulars, Fresh Laundry, and Life of the Party. But my favorite song is Super Duper Party People. I think it's just really fun. It's such a bop, and it's kind of one of the more lighthearted songs on the album, which I appreciate it for, because it's very also very dark. She has this dark aesthetic with these gorgeous, like, upbeat melodies. She's a very interesting person, phenomenal artist. I'm also obsessed with the photography that's associated with the album. Check it out. So cool. I'll try to put the photographer's like Instagram @ or something on here because they're incredible. Next up on my list, we are fast forwarding to the future all the way to April 17th, which is when the album Sawayama came out by the artist Rina Sawayama. She's an amazing British Asian pop star. What I really love about this album is how it kind of blends genres. Every song kind of has a different feeling to it. My favorite song off of this album is STFU. It's got a really like heavy metal vibe to it, and then she comes in with this like gorgeous bubblegum lyric line, and it's super cute, amazing, such a jam. Some of my other favorites are XS, of course, and Comme des Garçons, like the boys, like the boys. So many good songs on this album. When you listen to it, the songs, like, they shouldn't belong together, but they're still somehow a cohesive album. I think it was adventurous and badass and very fresh. She's blowing up. I love to see it, and she can fucking serve looks too, by the way. Next album we are going to be talking about. This album came out on May 8th. It is entitled It Was Good Until It Wasn't. This is by probably my favorite R&B artist, which is, of course, Kehlani. I don't know if I've expressed my love for Kehlani on this channel before, but I've been listening to her music since the mixtape days, before Sweet Sexy Savage. Kehlani is just such a phenomenal, enlightened human being. She just embodies positivity and love, and she puts that into her music. This album was so phenomenal. Her vocals are always incredible, just always, period. I also love the album art, which she did herself, literally in her backyard. And so you see the front cover and then the back cover. And it's kind of like a grass isn't always greener on the other side type of message. Every song on this album is great, but my favorite one is Water. Okay, moving right along. Everyone who knows me should have probably expected this album to make the cut. The album came out on May 29th, and it is none other than Chromatica by the iconic Lady Gaga, of course. When this album came out, I felt so happy. It's something that I needed at that point during quarantine, and it just made me feel so elated. Every song is great, and it's a return to her dancey vibes after taking extended vacation from dance music. She did the jazz album Cheek to Cheek with Tony Bennett. Phenom. She did Jolene, which was just kind of okay. It's like my least favorite era of hers. And then she did, of course, the A Star Is Born soundtrack, which, you know, has some great songs on it, but I'm like, whatever, I'm not having as much fun. That movie is depressing. Like, she's amazing, but no. So Chromatica finally came out. Art Pop's little sister. I'm obsessed with her. My favorite song, it's so hard to choose because, like, Rain on Me came out. I listened to it for 3 hours straight on repeat, and then several more times throughout the day. You know, 911 is my favorite music video that she's done since fucking Telephone. I never thought I'd like a video more than Telephone until 911 came out. Out of all the great songs, you know, Free Woman, Plastic Doll, really love Fun Tonight. I really connect to that song. The Elton John feature. There is not a bad song on Chromatica. But out of all of them, you just can't compare it to Sour Candy. It is such a bop, dude! It's such a bop! I felt as close to world peace as I did the week that Pokemon Go came out. I just wanted to be beamed off to the planet Chromatica with all my gay besties, you know? What a dream. We're gonna move on. I'm done gushing about Lady Gaga for now. We are fast forwarding in time to August 7th, which is when the highly anticipated album Dreamland came out by Glass Animals. Glass Animals I have loved absolutely forever. I mean, at least since their first album came out. And I love how their sound has progressed, and it's so liquid and they can blend genres so easily. Dreamland is such a beautiful album. My favorite track is Tangerine. I just think it's really catchy and fun. The album's like really kind of dark. I think he was going through some sort of heartache when he wrote this album. So if you start to listen to the lyrics, it's like, whoa, what's going on? But then the overall vibe of the song is like super upbeat, so there's kind of that juxtaposition, and it's the same thing you see with like Allie X, honestly, and I love that. I love when pop music becomes, and they're not even necessarily pop, but like I love that pop music is becoming more cerebral and everything should mean something. Everything should always mean something when you put it into art, in my opinion. Anyway, we're talking about Dreamland. Dreamland is just great. Deja Vu, Your Love, Heat Waves, Hot Sugar, Tokyo Drifting. There's just not a bad song on this album. It's so good. We're gonna move right along to September 11th, which is when the next album was released. This is, of course, the album American Head by the Flaming Lips. Flaming Lips is absolutely one of my favorite bands. I love all their albums, so of course this would be on my list. It's a bit more somber and pensive, thoughtful than some of their other bodies of work, but it still has their extremely unique sound, and it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful album. God and the Policeman is so topical to what we experienced as a nation this past year. You know, there's a lot of, like, really deep lyrics on this album. My favorite song from American Head is You and Me, Sellin' Weed. I think it's a really, really cute song, and it kind of, that's the robot mom going off to feed the cat. We call her Robot Mom. It makes that obnoxious sound. I'm usually good at avoiding it during filming, but not today, apparently. Anyway, what was I even saying? You and Me, Sellin' Weed. Such like an uplifting moment. It's kind of about appreciating what you have, even though things are crazy all around us, and I think it was a very relatable, more political album than they've done often in the past. Moving right along, we are getting towards the end of the year with these albums. Next one I'm going to be talking about is one that came out November 20th, and that of course is Good News by Megan Thee Stallion. I have fallen in love with Megan Thee Stallion. You know, when Hot Girl Summer happened, I was like, oh shit, this is a bop. And I started listening to her other shit, and I'm just so proud of her for this album. I think it's phenomenal as a debut album. So freaking good. Every single song is dope. I really love the features too. Go Crazy, Freaky Girls, Body Yaddy 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 Yaddy. But out of everything, my favorite song is What's New. I think it's so like hard and catchy and like fun. It just makes you feel like a badass when you're listening to it. And I love Megan Thee Stallion. I'm so happy she's like blowing up and really succeeding. I just think she is phenom. Say hi, Kat. Did you just eat your lunch? Did you just eat your lunch? Was it good? Did you say thank you to Robot Mom? Did you say thank you to Daddy? Thank you. She's just a baby. She's truly just an orange blur. So yes, Megan Thee Stallion, fantastic, we stan. So that is album number 9 on my list. We're gonna take a short break talking about my top 10 list, just to mention some, you know, honorable mentions. And these are albums that I really loved, but I just generally didn't listen to as much as the others on my top 10 list. Therefore, they're not in my top 10 because I did not listen to them as heavily. But these albums all deserve a shout out, and I think they're all phenomenal. These are gonna include Ungodly Hour by Chloe X Halle, Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa, Positions by Ariana Grande, Jaguar by Victoria Monet, and Womb by Purity Ring. All phenomenal albums. They all came out in 2020, and they're phenom. Highly recommend anything I mention in this video is, obviously I'm recommending it, so. Oh, sorry, kitty. Okay, and these are the non-album shoutouts for music that came out in 2020. My biggest shout out, pretty much of all time, goes to Queen Herbie. If you don't know who Queen Herbie is, you may remember this musical duo that was called Carmen. They had the hit song Broken Hearted, and they actually did 3 albums, which were generally pretty well received, but I think they just didn't get enough attention or promotion from their label. And several years ago now, they rebranded. Queen Herbie, who's Amy Noonan, and her husband Nick Noonan, who was her partner in the musical duo Carmen. He still produces all her music, but it's her in the spotlight. She's a phenomenal singer, a phenomenal rapper. The reason she's getting a special shout out in this video, she has yet to release her debut full-length album, but she has been consistently uploading EPs. Each one has about 4 or 5 songs on it. And in 2020, Queen Herbie released 2 EPs, 1 live EP featuring some of her more popular songs from the past, 6 singles, and for every single song she released this year, there was a music video, totaling in 17 music videos. 17! When's the last time your fave had 17 music videos in 1 year? Oh wait, it's totally Beyonce, isn't it? To make everything even more impressive, she's not signed to a label. Her and her husband do everything themselves, from the production to recording to promo to shooting the music videos to editing the music videos. She literally edits her own music videos. She's such an inspiration. And she easily released enough content this year that could have been considered an album. So she deserved a special shout out from me this year. I love you, Queen. The only other shout out I have is for a couple singles that came out that I really love this year. The first one I'm going to talk about is My Future by Billie Eilish. She came out with a few songs this year, and I love all of them, but My Future is definitely my fave that came out from her this year. It just really speaks to me spiritually and emotionally. I will always love it forever. And the other one, we're gonna bring things a little bit back full circle to Transviolet, who just recently released a new single called Tropics, and Tropics is fucking amazing and needs more recognition, so I just had to mention it. So we're gonna go back into my top 10 list, and the 10th album, the most recent album to come out, is, of course, dun 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 dun, Plastic Hearts by Miley Cyrus, which was released on November 27th. We love Miley. I love her. Obviously, I've covered like 4, 5, 10 of her songs. I don't know. I love Miley so much. I've been really excited for new music from her, especially after learning it was a rock album. Miley is so fun. I just love her personality. I would love to hang out with her in real life.
I think we'd be really close friends.
But Plastic Hearts is so fucking good. There is a bunch of great features on there. Prisoner with Dua Lipa, Nightcrawlin' with Billy Idol, The Edge of 17, Midnight Sky, Crossover with Stevie Nicks, which is just so iconic. Yeah, Bad Karma featuring Joan Jett. All the features are great. But Miley just really shines. Like, the ones that are just her even are so good. Plastic Hearts is, of course, the title track. Amazing song. Midnight Sky, amazing. I love the song High. I just love this entire album, but my favorite album is the very first song on the track list, which is WTF Do I Know. I think it's really fun to sing along to. I think it's just, like, angsty enough, and it really gets me going. So, that is actually about it for today, I think. I really enjoyed talking about music today. It kind of lightened my spirit to talk about something that I love. And one of the main things that's been helping me get through this pandemic, alongside my cat, you're the other main thing, music and my cat. It's better than antidepressants. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video today. As I said, please leave me a comment letting me know A, how you are liking the intro to the videos now, and B, what your favorite music from 2020 is. I'm always looking for new music, both in terms of covers to do and just general listening pleasure. I love finding out about new artists, and so I'd really love if you left your suggestions for me in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new here. We'd love to hang out with you. I'm gonna go listen to more sounds and see which ones I like. We're making sounds, and sounds are music, yeah! Plastic heart's the plastic heart. Bye.